Welcome back to Northwest Elite Spirit, the channel you come to train your mind, body, and spirit. I'm Coach Brian. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do that now. Today we're going over the art of recapitulation. And what recapitulation is it's a Toltec device, Toltec sorcerer's device for taking your energy back from the past. And it's a practice of going back in your memory and putting yourself in that memory objectively, and then cutting off ties to that memory. And through this, it's said that you will gain energy back for today. And it sounds hocus pocus, but if you continue watching the video, I'm going to show you how it's very practical. We're going to start by helping you understand how the practice is done. So you're going to be facing forward, and you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and turn your head to the left. And as you do that, you're going to start dropping yourself into the memory, hearing the things you heard, seeing the things you saw, smelling the things you smelled, feeling the feelings that you had, witnessing the feelings that other people had. And then you're going to breathe out and kind of just settle down into it. Hold on to that original vision, and then breathing out, settle into it. And as you breathe in again, you're going to bring yourself deeper into the memory, solidifying that memory even more. Breathing out and settling in, breathing in and going deeper. Each breath in, you go deeper. Each breath out, you just kind of settle into it a little more. And then once you've put yourself deep in the memory, and you have all those feelings riled up, and all your senses are in that memory, you hold your breath for 3 head shakes. And you're imagining cutting off that energy. And so how does that work in giving you energy for today? Well, let's imagine that you have a memory of an argument you got in with an ex-girlfriend way back in the day, and this memory has just been on your memory all the time, and you're always thinking about it, and you're always having this argument in your head. Well, when you're having voices in your head all day, that takes memory. That actually burns energy in your brain, like your brain has to burn calories to have those thoughts. And normally those thoughts have us like redlining, like we get all amped up. So not only are we having thoughts that are going and going and going, burning energy all day, but now we're having emotions that are connected to that thought, and emotions also burn energy. And we have a physical reaction to those thoughts and to those emotions, so we get tense, and that tension in our body also burns energy. And this doesn't just go for negative emotions, it also goes towards positive emotions. So if you have an old memory of a great vacation you had with that ex-girlfriend a long time ago, and you think about that daily or often, that burns energy. The thought process burns energy, the emotional process burns energy, and then the physical reaction to that burns energy. Now, of course, we can all understand why you would want to let go of the tension from old negative memories, right? Let it go so you can move on and have a better life. But also, letting go of positive memories works great too. And this is why you want to do it. So again, let's say you have an old, great, amazing, positive memory of having gone on vacation with this ex-girlfriend or ex-wife or whatever. Lots of great emotions connected to that, but you're not with that person anymore, and now you have a new person in your life. You have a new woman in your life. And these old emotions from the ex, from that vacation or whatever was going on, intrude on this moment that you're having with this new person in your life. So basically what recapitulation does is you go back and you cut off the emotional, physical, and mind connections to the past, and that does indeed give you energy for today, and it's lots of energy. Also, the art of recapitulation is you make a list of everyone you've ever met, and you find memories from each one, or you can just find the most impactful memories and go through those. And what that does, like, you may think something was a minute memory, on like, oh, it's not a big deal, so I don't have to recapitulate that. I don't have to go through that and cut off that memory or that energy connected to that memory. But the thing is, every little thing you do, every little energy connection you have to the past takes energy away from this present moment. And I know for sure that this works. And I've had a lot of examples lately. Like, for instance, so when you start making this list of all the individuals that you've ever met, that seems like a really hard task. And you're like, man, I could never do that. I can't think of everybody. But that gets easier. And so you're going down this list, and at first it's hard, but after a while it becomes very easy. And even like, you'll say to yourself, I'll remember that name. Like, a face will pop in your head, but you don't remember the name. And then that name will pop up, like out of nowhere. You just tell yourself, I'll remember, and then that name will pop up, and you'll have that name. But also, you'll come across another name, and that will spark the memory of that name you've been trying to think of, and so then you're able to think of that name. And so not only do you get a better memory for the list that you're making, but just in general, my experience is my memory has gotten much better. It's also making my relationships better, in that I've disconnected from so many things in the past. And I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying I'm a master of recapitulation, but I am able to be, since I started practicing this, I am able to be more present with whoever or whatever is in front of me. It's like all those distractions and all those thoughts and all those emotions connected to the past being lifted allows me to be far more present right now. So like, if somebody needs me to listen, like let's say my daughter or my brother or my friend need me to listen to them. Whereas in the past, let's say they're talking about something not entirely interesting to me, or something I'm not necessarily wanting to hear, but through having saved my energy through the day, I'm able to hear them. And actually, I'm able to be interested in things that I wouldn't have been interested in before. Of course, you don't have to talk to people about things you're not interested in, because that would just be taking up more of your energy. But you can be more selective of what you're listening to, what you're taking in, and who you're taking it from. I would say too that your memory of events becomes far more strong. And so like a few days ago, I was in a memory, and as I'm scanning my head back and forth, I'm seeing, like, it's like I'm scanning the memory I'm in, the area and the people that I was seeing in that memory. So if I'm looking to my right, my head is swiveling to the right, I'm seeing everything that's going on to the right in this memory, and coming across and seeing everyone and everything to my left, having the conversation with this person to my left, and as they're talking, kind of seeing everything that's going on around me, smelling the smells, feeling the sun warming my skin. It was almost like I was there. After I finished that one, though, I was not recapitulating at all, and I just closed my eyes for a second, and I had a flash, and this was like I was there, of something that seems unimportant. It was just something like a photo shoot that I was involved in not too long ago, and the person was like right in front of me, like full force, and it was kind of like I rebounded and like blinked my eyes and shook my eyes because of how real the vision was. And then just the energy that I've had lately. 4 or 5 hours of sleep has been working awesome. I don't have to set an alarm, though I still do just in case. I just pop up out of bed and I'm ready to go and start doing the things that I need to do. And then yesterday I went and did some work where I was putting dirt in planters, and it was around 10 yards. I don't know if you know what yards are as far as field dirt, but about 10 yards of dirt, and I'm hauling it in wheelbarrows and eventually buckets from up above the house, along the side of the house, down the back of the house, into these planters. It's about 77 paces. It takes me about 20 seconds to get down to the planters because it's downhill and I have wheelbarrows and the weight is kind of forced me to jog a little bit. And I get there and there's a plank because the planters are kind of high. So I got to run these wheelbarrows up this plank and dump it in, and all the planters are placed in, it's like an odd formation, so the plank, I have to like move the plank just right. I have to use my brain, the energy, creativity to figure out how to place this board so I can get the wheelbarrows like in around all these tight spaces and then up and into the planter. Dump the dirt, and then about 30 seconds back up to the fill pile. And this was 8 hours I did this, almost nonstop. I took about 3 5-minute breaks. Had the energy to do it all day. I never really got tired of doing it. It was like a flow state, so it didn't even seem like 8 hours. Time just flew by. I think in one of those 5-minute sessions, I had like an orange, of course, sipping water the whole time. But I had energy for that all day. And whereas normally a person might be very sore today and very tired today, actually I feel restored. I think I can do it all over again. So the recapitulation has given me energy for memory. Oh, and also bad habits are easier to fight off. I think many of our bad habits, like at the end of the day or even midday when you want like a unhealthy snack or you want to fall into one of your old bad habits, scrolling or whatever, it's harder because you don't have the energy to fight off the urge. Recapitulation will give you the strength, give you the energy, because it's taking it all back from all that past stuff going on in your head to resist temptation. It'll help you, it'll assist with your memory. It will assist with having the energy to get things done. A lot of times energy to get things done comes from like your body and brain know when you don't have the energy. So like before you even get started, your brain will be like, nope, don't have the energy. And so you won't even get started. Recapitulation will help you skip that part where you're telling yourself, well, I don't have the energy. And then you'll have the energy to go do it. And you'll have the energy to go do it all day. You'll have the energy to be present with your current girlfriend or boyfriend or your kids or your mom or your brother or whoever. And you'll have the energy to persist at any task that you involve yourself in. So thus far, that's been my experience with the art of recapitulation. If you found this video helpful and if you liked it, hit the like button. As always, subscribe. Comment below, share, and most importantly, practice. Once again, I'm Coach Brian with Northwest Elite Spirit, the channel you come to train your mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for letting me share.